Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Episode number 446. Drink It Till You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? Hope everybody's okay. I hope you're safe out there. I'm a couple of shots deep of vodka, one White Claw I downed. I have a shot waiting in the wings to take with you guys here this episode. And I'm going to down this pineapple White Claw. Let's go ahead and have our first drink of the episode. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. Ooh, that sounded smooth. Ooh, that pineapple one is good. I'm sitting here watching a teacher fight, which, you know, as far as movies are concerned, is probably the dumbest idea for a movie. I don't know how they got this produced, to be honest. Like, it's so fucking stupid. But it's also funny watching Charlie Day freak out about being in a fist fight, you know? Like, that's his whole gimmick, right? And when I first saw Horrible Bosses, I was like, this guy is fucking annoying as shit. I hadn't seen It's Always Sunny yet. I saw Horrible Bosses. Then I watched it the second time, and I was like, okay, he's kind of growing on me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about him. He's complaining. His voice is kind of high-pitched, but he's growing on me. He's actually, you know, if you listen to the little quips he makes, it's actually kind of funny. So, I've been binge watching, dude. Lately, I've just been on a tear watching, like, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I cannot stop with that show. And I've seen a lot of episodes, but I haven't seen them all. So I'll just kind of go through the seasons and just pick a season I haven't seen and just start on episode 1 and just kind of make my way through. And dude, there is a episode I haven't seen before that I saw the other day. It's basically when they're leaving Philly. Dee has her car and they get a U-Haul, they rent a U-Haul. And the back is basically like extra cabin space because the car is so small. And, dude, I about died the other day, like in my living room, just from laughter of this fucking show, dude. There's like a point where, you know, they're leaving Philly, they rent the U-Haul, and like Dennis and Dee are up front, and Mac and Charlie are in the back. And Charlie Day has like this like 100-pack of hot dogs that he's wanting to cook on the road trip, you know? He's like, bought all these hot dogs. And so, you know, they don't bring it up early in the episode, and at some point they come, you know, to a stop, they kind of take a break, everybody gets out, and they kind of switch positions. I guess it's Dee and Mac up front, and it's Dennis and Charlie left in the back, and they have a grill that they brought with them. And Dennis sets up the grill, and he's like, no, dude, don't worry about it. Like, the grill's, you know, not going to fly out. They have the door cracked for the smoke, you know, when they're going to grill their hot dogs. And, you know, of course, with that said, you know that the grill is going to slide out from underneath the door while they're moving, which it does, and they don't know what to do. So then they decide to take the wicker chair. I can't even believe I'm saying this. I can't even believe, like, this got through the writing room. They were like, yes, this is what we want for this episode. It's so funny. And I think that's half the charm, is like the things you wouldn't normally see get through, like the writing sessions and the, you know, things people try to bring to the table for comedy. They wouldn't normally get through, but this show doesn't give a fuck, dude. Like, they just don't give, and that's what, you know, that's half the charm, is they don't care. You know, they'll put anything in there. It's, you know, it's basically like pushing on all the boundaries of comedy. But anyways, so Dennis and Charlie are in the back. The grill slides out, and he's like, shit. It's like, how am I going to, Charlie's like, how am I going to cook these hot dogs? You know, like, I'm getting hungry. And so they decide to burn the wicker chairs and, like, just make a fire, I guess, just like in a circle and, you know, try to cook the hot dogs over that, which, by the way, this is only a podcast. This isn't like health advice. This isn't legal advice. This isn't whatever you want to assume this kind of advice is. I'm pretty positive you shouldn't you shouldn't cook hot dogs over wicker that you took from chairs, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. You take it for what it is. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. So anyways, they decide to do that and cook the hot dogs. That's the last you hear of it, is the idea to like use the wicker to burn. I got the slider. We got some wicker chairs we're sitting in. We can still cook the hot dogs. Don't worry about it, Charlie. It's fine. We can still do this. And they have to pull over. They like hit something in the road. They have to pull over. And Frank notices the smoke coming from the U-Haul. Dude, I about died in my living room when they lifted that U-Haul door. And the way Dennis's body is like... They would have died otherwise, bro. Which is so fucking funny, dude. You should have heard me laughing in my living room, dude. I was so fucking... I had to pause the show. I was like... I couldn't get it together. Because the way they set it up... And this is the great thing about the show. The way they set it up was so perfect. It was just them talking about it. It wasn't them lighting anything on fire. It wasn't them, putting the wicker into a pile. You just hear them talking about it, and then it switches to like Dee and Frank and Mac or whatever. And then the next thing you know, they're like, if they wouldn't have hit whatever they hit in the road or had whatever car troubles they had, they would be dead back there from, suffocating from the smoke. Which is, that's what they're good at. They're good at bringing the dark, dark side of comedy out, I guess you could say. But dude, when they lifted that door, the position Dennis's body was in, like with his leg kicked up, dude, I had to pause the show, dude. I was fucking crying, laughing. And on top of that, I've started getting into the bloopers of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and dude, I can't. Like, you have to be in the right place, the right time to watch those, because they are so fucking funny. Like, the fact that the actors can't even take the writing that is being given to them to, like, perform, they can't help but laugh, is just so fucking funny, man. Like, those bloopers are just the best. So, anyways, yeah, sitting here watching a little bit of Teacher Fight. And I'm going to be honest, dude, when I first saw Horrible Bosses, I fucking hated Charlie Day. I really did. I was like, this dude's voice is annoying as shit. His perspective is annoying as shit. He's like just a little complainer, just a little... Yeah, what does he call him in Horrible Bosses? He's like... I forget what animal Jamie Foxx equates him with. I can't remember what it was. But it's like a muskrat or something very mousy, very, just kind of squeaky and annoying. He's like, hey, don't be calling me that now. Don't be calling me that. But that's absolutely his style. Like, in anything I've seen him, and he's just the fucking... He's like... He really builds a bond with the watcher, the viewer of the movie or the TV show or whatever it is, because he's the one actually pointing out, like the obvious things, like, should we be doing this right now? Like, he's really the normal one, but he's also the complainer, the squeaky wheel, as they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. But it's, yeah, I fucking hated him at first, but I get it now. After watching It's Always Sunny, and I'd seen a few episodes prior to just binge watching it. So I knew what the show was about, like the huffing glue in the apartment. Like, yeah, I get it. All bets are off basically when it comes to this style of comedy. Nobody is safe. Kind of the South Park thing, we're going to make fun of everybody. And it works. The other episode I fucking love is when they come up with the patty bucks. You know, it's like that is so great. They come up with this whole system. They're like, actually, I don't even know how a self-sustaining government actually works. You know, like, and they built this whole idea off of a self-sustaining government that they don't even know how it works. It's so fucking funny, man. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been watching a lot lately. I did watch The Hangover 2 a couple of days ago. Dude, I forgot how funny that was. That's the ultimate, like, you know, party movie. I love in the first one. The first one is just like iconic. You know, if you've had a long night and you've been partying with your friends and you stay over at their house, don't drink and drive, get an Uber, get a Lyft. You know that feeling of the next morning. And that's what they illustrate so perfectly in that movie is the next morning. Is the naked women just lying around the hotel room. It's the fucking chicken, the wild couple of chickens running around the hotel room. It's the fucking tiger in the bathroom that happens to be Mike. Like, that's the sign of a good night. Like, you feel like shit the next morning, of course. You're like, what did we do? What happened? But just the remnants of what's left over from the party is like, okay, we clearly had a good time. You know what I mean? Like, we clearly had fun last night. That's just, you know, if it wasn't for the hangover, like the actual hangover, not the movie, that's the best part. If you didn't have the headache, you would wake up and look around and go, wow, you know, we did something last night. I don't know if it was good, but we did something. It's a story to tell if we can remember it, you know. So yeah, watch The Hangover 2. It's fucking great. The brother of Stu's wife gets lost. That's the whole premise of the movie. And of course, you gotta go look up on the roof. You gotta go check up on the roof after the first one, right? You do. You have to. But that didn't solve the problem, unfortunately. But yeah, dude, I just get in these modes. I'll get in like a Jason Sudeikis. I just want to watch a couple of movies of his, or Jason Bateman. I want to watch a couple of movies of his, or, you know, Charlie Day is becoming kind of that way for me. Am I the only one who doesn't believe that Ice Cube is tough? Like, I know he has his history, he has his past, you know, whatever, we all do. But, I mean, dude, what is he, 5'8"? Like, 180 pounds? Like, the thing he brings to the table is like a mean-looking face. It's like, dude, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying everybody's scared of you. Like, that's the hardest part on the movie to sell. He's played that character for so long. You know, the tough guy. And it's like, dude, you're not. You're just not. I'm sorry. I love you, Ice Cube. I really do. I loved Friday. I love Next Friday. The Friday after next was questionable. I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, it was questionable. But the first two were great. You know? But I'm not buying this tough guy thing, man. Like, it just doesn't work. I don't know. Having a scary face does not make you tough. Just like people think like tattoos. Oh, he's got tattoos. He's a badass. No, he's not. He sat there and listened to fucking Britney Spears while he got that skull tattooed on him. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean shit. You have to do shit to be tough. Anyways, let's have another drink. Cheers, everybody. And speaking of being tough, these are the true badasses in the world. UFC event was fucking great. I love it. Sal Killed is a fucking monster, okay? And I love what they did to the Apex, dude. They said it took like 30 or 40 of those like giant trash can things to like renovate the Apex, which is like, just imagine how much one of those cost to rent a day. You know what I mean? Like, they spent some money to upgrade that Apex, and now it has the upper deck where you can stand and, like, watch the fight happen and probably watch it on the big screen too. I'm sure they make all the viewing in the place really reasonable. It's badass, dude. Like, I love what the UFC is doing. I watched a little bit of that Zuffa boxing, which now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually about to turn this off and finish off the Zuffa boxing, man. I love that he's trying to do that. He's trying to, Dana White is trying to keep the boxing alive. You know what I mean? Let's go to Paramount here. I watched maybe 2 fights of that event, and it was good. Dude, there's some good knockouts in that, what I watched so far. But there was tons of just fighting sports, combat sports on this weekend. There was Zuffa boxing, there was UFC, of course, there was BKFC, which Conor McGregor has a hand in, the bare knuckle fighting championship. I missed all the bare knuckle. I'm kind of upset about that. And in retrospect, like, I would probably watch the bare knuckle and go back and watch UFC since it's like recorded. It's on Paramount now. I could like watch all the fights. Where's my stuff? My list. UFC. Zuffa. In retrospect, yeah, like I said, I should have watched BKFC because I don't know where to rewatch that. The rewatchability of Zuffa is good because it's on Paramount, and UFC is good because it's on Paramount. But I missed the whole BKFC thing. But I do love the Zuffa boxing. I'm trying to find a time where I can watch the other expansion he's trying to do, which is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, which they have. I didn't know this until the other day, until I saw the advertisement for it. But they have it in that kind of arena, or I'm sorry, it's not a cage. I don't know what to call it. It's like an inverted pyramid with the tip cut off. That's a terrible way to describe it, but that's basically what it is. Like, it's just walls. It's like angled walls. There's no ropes. There's no cage. It's just at an angle to where you can like lean on someone and like kind of get into position and try to submit him or whatever. I'm really trying to watch some of that. I know there's a big event coming up soon. I can't remember when it said. And by the way, real quick, I saw McKenna fight already. So I just got to ask, and this would actually make it more legendary if they do it this way. Do fighters fight multiple fights in one night for like the championship, the tournament that night? That's fucking awesome. If that's true. I'm pretty sure I just saw McKenna fight. Well, not just saw him, but like when I was watching it on Saturday, I'm pretty sure McKenna already saw him fight. And he got the KO. And he's really changing up his style here with Oliha. McKenna versus Oliha. I'm pretty sure I already saw McKenna in the black trunks. I guess they keep him in the same uniform all night. That's cool, dude. I love that, man. I love that he's trying to keep boxing alive. Boxing is such a great sport, man. You don't realize like how much comes from boxing. You take MMA, you take any mixed martial arts, any combat sport you want, and aside from, obviously Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu where they can't strike, any striking sport, man, boxing plays such a huge role in that. How to move your feet, how to jab. I've talked about it a zillion times on this podcast. The jab is just the foundation. If you want to learn how to fight, and this is just advice, I'm just recommending, learn how to jab. And not just one jab. There's like 6 or 7 different styles of jabs you can learn. If you learn all 6 styles of jabs, or 7 possibly, dude, you would be, you would just overall, you would rise in the ranks just from knowing that, how to move your feet, to use the jab, how to get out of range, after using that. I mean, it's so crucial in fighting. It's, I saw this guy on YouTube the other day, and he was just, glazing the jab. And he was absolutely 100% right. I liked the video. I subscribed to his channel. I'm like, you're right. You have to have, I guess you don't have to have, but you'll be ahead of the game if you can just learn a couple of different styles of jab. Think about this. A jab that doesn't even actually really do any damage on the opponent, the blinding jab, can change the fight for you. That's just one thing, But I'm loving the Zuffa boxing. I love the UFC event, man. That was fucking great. The women's division, I've said this over and over, man. The women's division has just gone to a different tier. I think all of the UFC fans can feel it and see it. The striking is, there's, what's her name? McKenna Dern. Is it McKenna? Chelsea Dern. I can't remember her damn name. But yeah, huge in... You gotta look up her name. I can't remember. Dern. Who is Dern? Dern. UFC. McKinley? Mackenzie. Damn it. I'm sorry, Mackenzie. Mackenzie Dern. Huge with the... kind of like Ronda Rousey back in the day. Huge with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, submissions, things like that. But her striking has really come along. And not just her. The women's division, bro, I don't know how to say this gracefully without, offending anybody. But the women coming up in the striking, excelling in the striking now, is so huge for their sport because I'm not saying there's not knockouts in women's, fighting. There are, obviously. But it seems like it's a lot harder for a woman to knock a other woman out. You know what I mean? So the fact the striking is just going to a new level is huge. That's the best kind of fight to me. If there's not going to be a knockout, that's what I want to see as a fan. I want to see them beat the absolute living shit out of each other. And that, take any women's fight, man. They can take a lot of punishment. They can give a lot of punishment, and they can still keep going. That makes for such a great fight. And now, on top of it, you got these women figuring it out, putting it together, however you want to say it, of how to knock the opponent out. Dude, I'm going to speculate right now. I have no proof of this. I don't know any names, but there's a woman that is coming. There is a woman that is on her way to become the Michael Jordan of women's UFC. A lot of people, Ronda Rousey, of course, thinks that was her, but it wasn't. Her game wasn't fully evolved. She didn't have the striking. She had the submissions, the holds. But there is a woman out there, a young lady who is training, who is going to be the Michael Jordan of this sport, the Lionel Messi of this sport, the Wayne Gretzky of this sport. I hate to say this because it's not the Dallas Cowboys, the Tom Brady of this sport. She is on her way, man. She is on her way. I'm telling you, there's someone out there right now that, we're just going to look back and marvel, So anyway, great event, great UFC event. Let's get into some much needed NASCAR racing. I actually don't even know what happened today. After we take this drink, you know what? We're already 24 minutes into this episode. Let's have a drink. No, let's have a shot, and then let's have a drink. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers. Delish. Didn't even taste it. Let's move over to NASCAR, man. I've been missing it for a couple of weeks. And it's really true what they say. You really never know what you have until it's gone. That 1 week of like no NASCAR race being on, like no standings to keep up with, kind of sucked. You know? I guess on Friday night when they do the, they race for their position for the start. Blaney was in first place. He started up front. Good for him. And he held that front position. I probably watched a little into the second stage of the race. I kind of scoreboard watched a little bit of the second stage. But that first stage of the race, I mean, Blaney was about to lap the guys in the very back of the pack. I mean, he was doing something right. So I know he earned some good points today. Good for him. Christopher Bell and Joe Gibbs Racing. What's his name? Gibbs. It was Gibbs and Bell, basically. Gibbs first place, Bell second place when I looked on the scoreboard. So I'm not sure what happened in the race, but that was a huge jump from Christopher Bell. He was like in 21st place to start the race, which isn't good. But you always know Bell has a plan, dude. Every time I see him lower, like starting the race 20, 25, 30, I'm like, this dude's going to jump up. He knows something I don't know. And every time he does it. So in the second stage of the race, it was Gibbs and Bell. And I don't know what happened after that. I don't know who actually won the race. So I'm going to look right now and see what everybody got for points. Come on, Bell. Perfect. Ty Gibbs, first place. Christopher Bell, second place. Blaney, third place. He hung in there, bro, the whole race. Good for him. It says 47 points, but shouldn't he have more than that? I guess if you end the race, you get more points in first place. But yeah, dude, I mean, that's huge. So let's say NASCAR standings. That's huge for Bell. The last time I talked about him was a couple of weeks ago, and he did get good points in that race. Dude, it's so competitive, man. It's crazy. Like, Bell was number 2 in that race, too. And with his points, he was in 8th place. But with everybody else's points, it moved him down to 10th place. Which is just so nuts to, like, race that well for a single race. And it's like, I dropped down 2 slots? What the hell is that? So anyways, no, I need the Cup Series here. Let's go until we get to Bell. Bell's still in 10th place. With those, I guess they've updated the points today. With those points he scored today, he's still in 10th place. But that's okay. He's hanging in there. I mean, he's going to need to win a race here. You know what I mean? Like, that, there's no way around it. He's going to need to win a race, and I know he's been having trouble this season. I'm really rooting for you, Bell. If you ever hear this, dude, like, you got this, man. I love the way he races. So first place, I mean, this is just overall standings. Hamlin, Reddick, Blaney, Gibbs, Hocevar, who fucking spun out today. That was hilarious. Elliott, Briscoe, Larson, Boucher, Bell. That's top 10. So, let's see. Yeah, I mean, the guy behind Suarez, right behind Bell in 11th place, is only 17 points behind him. That's not good. Yeah, we gotta win a race here. You know, Bell hasn't won all season, and this is coming off of last season where he won 3 in a row. We know he's got it in him. We know he's been hurt. But yeah, he's got to do it. And I was actually looking into this the other day, man. I didn't realize for the movie Cars, you know, the Toy Story Pixar movie, I really didn't realize how much research they did for this movie. Like, I guess whoever was like writing the movie and trying to come up with the culture and the history of all this stuff was like, drove up and down Highway 66, stopping along all those little places like Cadillac Ranch, Midpoint Cafe, things like that, and they were basically just trying to, build the movie. I'm like thinking about that. I'm like, what a cool job, dude. What a neat, unique job. Like, my job to create this movie is to drive up and down this highway that we're essentially, writing the movie around, and basically the real thing that they said in the movie was that I guess it was I-40, Highway I-40 that came through, and basically, what they say in the movie is like it bypassed all these little towns just to save people 10 minutes. And that was actually a thing that happened. So these small little, Radiator Springs isn't real, but they basically told the story of these little places like that along Highway 66 that kind of got bypassed and kind of, started getting, how do you make money if people are bypassing you? You can't sell any trinkets. You don't sell any gas. You don't sell any tire, whatever. Basically the whole movie. But I was just kind of fell down the rabbit hole. I wasn't even really looking for it, but I was like, I didn't realize how much research they did. The fabulous Hudson Hornet was actually voiced by Paul Newman. Cool Hand Luke, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The King, Richard Petty, he actually voiced the car himself, which is just such a great shout out just to racing in general, dude. Like, I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I would be so enthralled with stock car racing, but I really am, dude. The history is rich. Then I started getting into the very first Daytona race at Daytona Beach. They actually raced on the beach. It was partial. It was, half was the beach, half was the road, from what I could tell from the pictures. But it's just, dude, looking at those cars, seeing the Hudson Hornet, even though he didn't have the white walls in the movie that they kind of portrayed, dude, just seeing that style of car, that was the dominant car, man. That was the dominant car, was that Hudson Hornet. In the 50s, it won 81 races. And, around the curves, of course, on sand, they would have to slow down to 30, 40 miles an hour to get around the curve. But they estimated the fastest that a car went in that race was probably 75 to 85 miles an hour. Obviously, on the straights, probably more than likely on the actual road than the beach. And it reminded me of the Cars movie, of when he's, Doc Hudson is telling the young hotshot how to turn on dirt. He's like, turn right to go left. And it didn't make sense. But it's literally baked into the history of dude, it's just so fucking fascinating, man. I never thought I'd be here, just so enthralled with NASCAR, but I really am. Dude, the history, they go 200 miles an hour now, bro. That Corvette, the pace car, goes 250 or 300 miles an hour if needed. Which I can't ever imagine when they would need that. But dude, just think about that. The max speed, 75, 85 miles an hour back in the day. Now we're pushing 200, just below 200. And so I started thinking, I was like, is there, what's the limit here? Can they, in 2075, will they be going 750 miles an hour? No, absolutely not. And the reason, it's just, we're limited. You know what I mean? You can only push engines so fast. We're probably about the max speed that will ever be allowed to go as far as this kind of racing is concerned. I know there's drag races, jet engines, things like that can go probably a little bit faster. But as far as turning, you have to, you can't be going 600 miles an hour and then hit a turn. You'd have to have a massive track. Maybe if the tracks change, it's a possibility to go a little bit faster. Maybe if they make the turn a little bit more, which they're already massive. It doesn't look like it, but they're already massive. It's fascinated me, man. I can't stop So congratulations to Bell. We'll take that second place. We got to get a first. You know, if it were me and I were out there on the racetrack today, Gibbs, I would have given Bell that first place. You know, you want all the Toyotas in there with you, don't you? And he's hanging out around 10th place. He needs a few more points, you know, than you do. Gibbs is already in there. What did I say? He was like third. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much what I've been into this week, what I've been watching, what I've been thinking about, what I've been doing, researching on, you know, I really wasn't even looking for the NASCAR stuff, but dude, the way they made the movie Cars is just, it's historical, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it until you actually, you know, you can kind of feel it when you're watching it. You can kind of feel like this is kind of special, you know, but you don't really know it's tied to actual things. I mean, dude, the fabulous Hudson Hornet dominated the 50s with 81 wins, bro. Like, how? They had, you know, that was the monopoly before the, you know, the Toyotas came in, and like, I think it was a lot of Ford and Plymouth Chrysler way back then. Dodge entered a little bit later. Now Toyota's in it. I kind of wonder about what other car manufacturers might want to enter into it. Kia, I'm looking at you. That'd be kind of cool, you know. Just, you know, for diversity. That's all. Just for you know, just a little bit. Who can do everything better, you know? And Ford is just that classic. I mean, it's the start of the shit, man. It's where it all started, was that fucking Ford. 81 races. That's just dominance, dude. That's incredible. So anyways, that's going to do it for me for this episode. I got about a half of this thing to down. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. This is a good fight, by the way. Oliha versus McKenna. It's round 7. They're trying to, like, figure each other out. This is great. McKenna, I believe I watched him earlier. He's changed up his style a little bit, but that's a smart move because he's trying to figure out this guy. I think McKenna's winning just off of overall strikes. All right. That's going to do it for me. As always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash, a Waymo. Just be safe out there. Don't be stupid. Don't be a Tony Romo. Don't be a Justin Timberlake. Just be safe out there. I love you all. I will talk to you next week. Bye.